So, okay, I've been listening to music and deeply bothered forever. Like, this isn't new. I've been deeply bothered forever by the way that certain musicians, especially singers, do this one thing, this one crazy trick. The most annoying thing musicians do? Listen to find out. They, at the end of lines, they overcomplicate things, okay? And the prime example of this is at the end of a line. When singers especially, instrumentalists can do this too, but singers especially, it's heinous. They go, for example, I fall in love too easily. They would do something like this. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. Too fast. They would do that instead of too fast, where just holding a note. They would resolve it because they're uncomfortable. Too fast. Or they would do like fast. So they would like do an ornament on it, and I don't like that at all. It's a show of mediocrity and early stage or beginner's confidence, maybe. I don't know what to call it. It's when you're starting something out and you become overconfident. And I don't want to call it Dunning-Kruger because it's not that. But it's when you start something and you start to become confident because you have a knack for it and you think that you can do things without knowing why you're doing them. For example, that weird little turn singers do, fast instead of fast, just holding the note because it's beautiful on its own. And the problem is the problem is that it's extra for the sake of extra, not for the sake of the music. And if you ever listen to a great instrumentalist or a great singer, someone I think who's particularly good at this is Chet Baker when he sings. They don't do flashy things for no reason. This is hard to find in popular music because pop artists come from this school of ultimate retardation and overconfidence with lack of practice, or lack of mastery, maybe. I think that's right, lack of mastery. What'll happen is these people who are masters understand the beauty in simplicity and understand that holding a note, for example, is actually quite difficult to do well. Like, I couldn't do it, but for example, I fall in love too fast, and you just hold that note, not vibrato like fast or like something stupid. You would just go fast, and the beauty in that, Chet Baker does it well. Listen to his recording, I Fall in Love Too Easily. A lot of girls do this. Sorry, I'm sure guys do it. I've heard guys do it, but a lot of girls do this. And I think it's an attempt at beauty, a naive attempt at beauty. I think it's a good thing. Like, it's good-natured, but it's poor in execution. Yeah. This is the thing that coaches do when they tell you to do long tones, for example, singing, instrument, whatever. They tell you to develop your tone. That's what instructors mean when they say develop your tone. You want it to sound good when you're not ornamental. You want it to sound good when you're plain Jane, because that simplicity carries a lot of beauty with it, because it's not it is concentrated. It's not diluted by extra. It's just the fundamental thing. Like, it's not because the ornamentation requires the note underneath in the first place. So it's undilute the thing that's beautiful. It's okay to ornament notes. It's okay to introduce things like vibrato, like turns, like the note thing that I was getting annoyed at. But someone with good control which is hard to get, by the way. Someone with good control over dynamics and over tone sounds incredible regardless. And last thought here is, I believe similarly for visual art, you don't know it consciously, but as it turns out, the thing that is more difficult to do ends up sounding more pleasant and more beautiful most of the time. When people say there's like a haunting beauty to that person's voice or to that song or to whatever, that haunting beauty that you can't quite put your finger on is that simplicity, that naked simplicity. And I think that's worth thinking about if you yourself are a creative, if you yourself don't like the things that you make, or if you're feeling stuck. Naked simplicity is very hard to master, and it's worth attempting and working towards. And that was a more serious Mike rant, and I hope I was able to give some clarity to some creative out there among you 10 people in advancing your work. See ya.